It was a lovely day on Sodor, and Thomas the Tank Engine was waiting for Henry to arrive with his passengers. You know, I understood why Henry was always late back when he had steaming problems, but he is perfectly fine now. Why is he still always late? Like, what the actual hell? Oh, yep, easier. I can smell the fish already, Jesus Christ. Oh, look who finally arrived! God, when was the last time you took a wash, Henry? You stink!
Oh, just shut up, Thomas. You have known me for years. You should be used to the smell of the kipper.
Yeah, I'm used to the smell of the kipper. It's just that it smells worse every time I see you. But as the passengers boarded Annie and Clarabelle, Thomas noticed one of the passengers had a very big belly. Oh my God, Henry. Look how fat that passenger is.
Thomas, that's so rude.
No, I'm not trying to be rude. It's just... my God, just bigger than the fat controller.
Thomas!
Sorry. But Thomas didn't know that the lady and her husband had heard what he said.
It's alright, you two. It's just that my wife is pregnant.
Thomas was glad he didn't upset the couple, but he didn't know what pregnant meant. What does pregnant mean?
It means I'm having a baby.
And so they got into Annie and Clarabelle. Hey Henry.
What?
Where do babies come from? Henry? Henry? Where are you going? Later that day, Henry was collecting the flying kipper. He pulled into the yard and saw that Wilbert had already shunted his train for him.
Okay, Henry, your train's ready.
Okay, thanks, Wilbert.
Just then, Henry noticed Wilbert's driver. He had something in his mouth.
Oh God, is your driver...
Yeah. I keep telling him to stop, but he never listens to me.
When Wilbert's driver was done, he flicked the cigarette out of his hands, but he didn't look where it went. The cigarette landed in an open fuel tanker, but no one had noticed.
Okay, Henry, I best get going now.
Okay, see you soon. Run!
Henry backed away from the fire, and all the workmen ran around the yard trying to find a way to put it out. The flames of the fire caused the other two fuel tankers to burst into flames, but one of the workmen found an old hose in a nearby building, but they didn't have any water to put out the fire. Wilbert realized that the workmen needed water desperately, so he raced back to help.
The closest water tower's empty. What do we do?
I don't know, man. I don't get paid enough to deal with this crap.
Use the water in my tank.
One of the workmen ran off to go grab the hose. When he returned, everyone acted quickly to use the water in Wilbert's tank to put out the fire. It took a while, but soon they had the fire under control. Henry watched from a distance, but he started to feel bad for not helping. Henry decided to leave and come back for the kipper later. Well done, Wilbert. You're a hero. If it weren't for you, that fire could have been a lot worse.
The Fat Controller will definitely be hearing about this, Wilbert.
After Henry went back for the kipper, he went back to Timothy's sheds to tell the others what happened.
And just like that, he put out the fire like a real hero.
That was very brave of him.
And I just sat there and did nothing. I could have helped, but I didn't.
Why didn't you use water to put it out, Henry? Oh wait, you're scared of water!
Don't be rude, James!
Henry, it's okay.
I just want to be useful.
Henry, you're a very useful engine. You worked hard all day and night, and when Gordon was unavailable, you took the express form.
No, I mean being useful as in helping people.
What do you mean?
Edward, everyone on this railway has done something brave and heroic. Thomas helped James when he had his accident. You managed to get your passengers home on a rainy day with a broken crank pin. Gordon helped Thomas get out of the mine.
Henry, you've done lots of good things too.
No, I'm just that one engine who was built wrong and didn't work properly. The engine who was locked in a tunnel for being an idiot. The engine who got rebuilt because I was flawed.
But now you are a hard-working engine who no matter what kept on working and never let anything stop him.
Well, you're not the only engine who has made mistakes, Henry. Why, even an engine as grand as me has made a few.
Like the time Gordon fell in a ditch!
When Thomas crashed into the station master's house.
And the time James ran into some tar tankers.
And Henry, remember you and Edward pulled the express when I was broken down. Well, that's quite an achievement, isn't it?
This made Henry feel a lot better, and they all went to sleep after a nice long chat. The next day, Sodor was covered in rain, and Henry was making his way back to Tidmouth after taking the express. But as he puffed under the bridge, he saw a man on the road waving a red bandana to try and stop Henry. To Henry's surprise, it was the same man and woman he'd seen at the station a few days ago. They seemed very worried.
My wife is pregnant and she's about to go into labour. I was driving her down to the hospital, but my car broke down. Could you please help us?
Said the man. The couple pleaded with Henry's driver until he agreed.
We need to get to the Sodor hospital now!
Henry waited patiently for the couple to get into his cab, and when they did, he raced off like a rocket. He needed to get to the Sodor hospital as fast as possible. Henry rounded the bend and shot over the bridge. He came to a stop at Marin Station. There were no rails near the hospital, so they asked the station master if he could use his car to drive the couple there. And he did.
Well done, Henry. The Fat Controller will hear about this for sure.
This made Henry feel very grand. Early next morning, Henry told all of his friends what he did, and they were all very impressed.
See, Henry, you can do amazing things too.
Yeah, well done, Henry.
Yeah, and I heard that they're going to name the baby after me.
And after that, Henry feels just as grand as all the others.